From inside the gym at Leominster High School, we welcome you to the 2020 high school basketball season here on Rivalry Family Media. So happy to have you along with us here on RFM. Tonight we've got a dandy for you. It's the Leominster Blue Devils. They come in with a record of 7-1 overall, 2-1 in Mid-Watch A. They play host to the Shepherd Hill Regional Rams with a 2-8 overall record coming off an 0-8 start. The Rams are 0-3 in Mid-Watch A. We welcome you to our courtside broadcast position here on RFM for this 2020 season. Todd Robbins alongside Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins as always. We're happy to have you joining us on Facebook Live, and Rivalry Family Media will be with you all night long and 8 times total throughout the regular season for boys and girls basketball from Leominster High School, along with some other select games from around the region. But tonight we get you started with a dandy, Leominster and Shepherd Hill. It's always a physical battle of basketball, and Bill Thomas, will start with you. This is a team for Leominster that is much different looking than it was a year ago. They're looking much more mature, much more developed. They're playing winning basketball, and Coach Kevin Grutchfield.
Oh, absolutely. I think you hit it on the head. They've matured as a group, I think, from last year, and they're learning how to play as a team. And look at some numbers. The numbers just tell the story of how they've been very cohesive in the scoring balance. I'm guessing probably a lot of passing going on, looking for the open man, the balance scoring. I see 10 players averaging 10 or better. I mean, that you can't get much better balance than that at the high school level. That's what we've seen out of Leominster up to this point in the season.
And that's what you are really looking for. And of course, when you look, they won 3 games right off the bat, stubbed their toe against Shrewsbury as they opened conference action right after the start of the new year. A 49-47 loss, a game we'll see a couple weeks from now on the road down at Shrewsbury. And then 4 straight wins, ripping off wins against Algonquin, Groton Dunstable, Notre Dame Prep, Fitchburg just the other night. But the one I really want to call attention to is that win on the road at Wachusett. A 69-50 win this past Tuesday against a perennial power in both boys and girls basketball in Central Massachusetts.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's too early to call that a statement win, but you know Wachusett's always around at the end. Coach Gibbons, I guess it is over there,
absolutely
has them ready year in and year out. We follow them through the playoffs frequently, most recently. But it's great to see the balance. But, you know, you talked about the one loss to Shrewsbury, who's at the top of the standings, by the way. Leominster's averaging 69 points for, 49 against. And they only allowed Shrewsbury 49 that night, right on their defensive number. But Shrewsbury obviously had clamped down on them a little bit. But Leominster's shown they can score. They're showing the balance. 7-1, you know, a couple of mini winning streaks here, but just it's a great way to start the season, and you always shoot for those 10 games. If you get them early, that really opens things up, and Leominster's playing like that's what they want to do.
7 wins to this point in the season. Kate Robbins on the other side of the floor. Shepherd Hill not where they want to be, to say the least, at this point in time in the season. They started off 0-8. They picked up the first win earlier this week. It was against first Tantascwa on Monday night, then Wednesday a win on the road at Hopkinton. So their first 2 wins of the season come over the last couple of days. No time like the present to get a trend started, but a really tough start to any sport season when you lose 8 straight to open the season.
And that's exactly correct. You never want to start 0-8. Nice to have a few wins under their belts coming up here to North Central Mass on a Friday night. They know that the gym is going to be rocking. Long weekend. Everybody,
ride.
Yeah, always a long ride. Always a long ride when you're going from one to the other. But suffice it to say, as you said, some positive things happening for them this week. It's very difficult in a high school season to be able to start 0-8 like that. But the nice part is that the season isn't over. If they start on a run and get hot, they can particularly kind of, have that back door into the playoffs. If you will, they're going to have to do a phenomenal job for the remainder of the season. It's still quite early for them to have the amount of pressure that they're going to have on them to be able to make the playoffs. And like you said, on the other side of the court right now, Leominster's sitting in the catbird seat. They had that statement game, as Billy said, against Wachusett. You have a situation where if you're Coach Grutchfield for Leominster, things are great, phenomenal. We haven't seen that type of a phenomenal winning streak in the last few years on either the girls or the boys side for Leominster. So you are in the catbird seat. Everything's great. but it's only January.
Indeed it is.
You don't want to peak too early.
So many important games.
I'd be nervous.
to
I'd be like,
come
this is great.
At this point in time, Leominster finds themselves in the second position this early on in the mid-watch season. Everybody having played 3 games in the conference to this point in time. A 2-1 record for Leominster, as we mentioned off the top in the league. Team they're looking up at, it's that Shrewsbury team, Bill Thomas, who they stubbed their toe against, we mentioned, but 2 weeks' time from now, a chance to maybe draw even a split of that season series. And Leominster, if things progress, could be looking for share of the Mid-Watch A title.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't like to say, well, there's such a thing as a good loss, but a 2-point loss to the number 1 team. There's got to be a stretch in that game where you could have found 2 points and played something different. You know, a game like that goes either way, and that's the kind of game we expect when we match up against the Shrewsbury or the St. John's or the Wachusetts. But I think it's just it's a character builder early in the season, and you know, they're going to get a rematch and probably do things a little differently. But it'll be interesting to see how things turn out second time around. But I'm sure the Blue Devils will be up to even the score and possibly gain some type of advantage heading into what appears to be a fairly fun playoff season to look forward to.
Certainly is. 3 teams jockeying for the top. Wachusett is in there as well. Whole lot of excitement to come. Both boys tonight, girls in a couple of weeks' time. We're looking forward to having it all for you here on RFM. It's facebook.com/Media Rivalry to get there. On Twitter, you can look up at Media Rivalry as well. Give us a like or follow there, and we'll get you set for all of our upcoming action as well. And then anytime, online, on demand, it's out on YouTube. Search Rivalry Family Media on YouTube to get the game action from tonight and all of our coverage from around the region as well over the past year. 1 year ago, Rivalry Family Media found itself to start, and tonight we are with you for our first game of the 2020 season, and we are looking forward to it. It's Leominster and Shepherd Hill, the Blue Devils and the Rams. Teams continue to warm up. Tip-off is next here inside the gym at Leominster High School. Share it with your friends. We say hello to the folks on Leominsterites tonight. Hello to the folks on Leominster. That's my hometown. Also joining us, town of Dudley, town of Charlton. Pass it on out there all across the social media world, and you can be a part of this action throughout the night. We'll look forward to interacting with you as well. Give us a like or comment down the bottom of the page, and we'll shout you out as we continue throughout the night as well. So it's
We've got live action tonight.
Indeed we do. It's so exciting to be back inside the gym. Kate's favorite weather, gym weather, as we have Leominster and Shepherd Hill coming up for you here on RFM. A quick timeout. Introductions coming up in a moment here at the gym at Leominster High School. We'll have those live, national anthem, and then the tip-off of Leominster and Shepherd Hill. You stay with us here. This is RFM.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, of Leominster High School. Tonight's game is Shepherd Hill and Leominster. Starting lineup for Shepherd Hill, number 5, Annie Brooks. Number 15, Alex Fazolo. Number 32, Camden Hackett. Number 34, George Karen Manakis. Number 44, Ryan Brooks. Shepherd Hill is coached by Ben Burns. Number 4, Number 11, Sam Doniker. Number 12, Ryan Perez. Number 33, Justin Bill. And this is worked by Tim Crutchfield. Everyone please stand for national anthem.
And with that, we are ready for basketball here on Rivalry Family Media. Happy to have you a part of our family on this Friday night, January the 17th. A little cold outside, far cry from those 60-degree days we had just a week ago. But here we go into that long Martin Luther King Day weekend with a little bit of cold as well. But things are going to heat up quickly here inside the gym at Leominster High School as we get set for basketball. Todd Robbins alongside Bill Thomas and Kate Robinson. Happy to have you a part of our family. Bill Goslin sends the ball in the air, and we are underway. The Rams control the tip. Blue Devils in man-to-man defense, half court to our left. Paul Murphy joins Bill Goslin on the officiating crew tonight for Leominster and Shepherd Hill. Just 15 seconds gone by, and the Rams with the first possession of the basketball game. Here's Fasolo. Fasolo drops the ball off. He'll get it back. Shot away for three will not go for Fasolo. Leominster right down court. Conacher with the basketball. Uses the two steps. Lays it off glass and good. Leominster draws first blood.
Nice job getting back in transition. Leominster streaking down the floor very quickly. A quick two here, getting back on defense right away against the Rams.
Ball bounced low in the paint. Kicked from Danny Brooks. He's the leading scorer. Got an opportunity back for his brother Ryan Brooks. It got deflected, and Leominster will take the ball back down floor. Here's the drive and scoop. Ryan Brooks will get the contact on Trey LeBlanc, who drives to the layup. Took it up strong, though. LeBlanc will go to the line to shoot two.
I got to tell you, what I'm liking the size matchups I'm seeing, from the Leominster Blue Devils on the court early. Kids have grown up, and it's nice to see that, height, we know how much of an advantage height is at the high school level, and it's nice to see Leominster looking like they're going to be able to match up height-wise here as the season goes forward.
Bill Thomas, you made a great point about having watched some of these players develop. We've been watching Liam Conacher since he was part of the JV squad about 3 seasons ago, and he always had the height, but you can see he now has a little more height, but he's grown into his features as well.
Trey LeBlanc, he hasn't put much weight on, but we've been watching him progress as a shooter and a playmaker too.
Indeed. One of two on the trip for LeBlanc. From the corner, two-shot will not go this time. Ball ends up out of bounds, and Leominster will keep the basketball. 6:40 to play here in quarter number one. 2-1 Leominster on top of Shepherd Hill. It's Fasolo with the basketball. A couple of Shepherd Hill players either wearing new numbers, Bill Thomas, or they gave me the wrong numbers tonight.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see him swap uniforms just to mess with us, but we'll figure it out. Let me know if you need a number. I'll see what I can do.
Appreciate it. Player wipes out on the floor, and that ball's going back the other way. And that was Bill Thomas, George Karamanakis.
So I'm sure people have noticed I'm also playing cameraman tonight, so I might not be talking much, but I'll try to interject a little bit. But feel free to take over my role as the talker.
Conacher with the driving kick back to Perez. Straight away, 3 front rim, no, and the rebound down for Brooks. Fasolo with control in transition, tightly followed by Polino across midcourt. And now the Rams will reset with 18 to shoot. Fasolo back top of the key in the left-hand dribble. Bounces off of Paulino. Drops the basketball off to Hackett. Hackett with the right-hand dribble. It's a right elbow. Spins down through the lane. Scooped it up. Got it on the glass. Denied by the rim. Leominster with the basketball in transition. Quickly down the floor. Paulino. Nifty move. Baseline. Count. Basket. And the foul.
Nifty to say the least there, Todd, but tell you, Leominster Blue Devils are not afraid to take it to the basket. Everything's been in the paint or layups so far in this game, and that's great to see that aggressiveness.
Leominster out to the quick 5-0 lead. Second foul on the Rams as a team. 5:26 to play here in quarter one. And a chance for Jeremiah Paulino to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Leading scorer for the Blue Devils up to this point in the season, 15-4, and he's also chimed in with 16 three-pointers.
Now 3 the old-fashioned way. Leominster out to the 6-0 lead. 5:20 to play here in quarter one. Leominster's defense, same as the starting 5. Paulino and LeBlanc, along with Conacher, Perez, and newcomer Justin Dada, join the Blue Devils fray as well. The freshman in the lineup, part of the starting 5. Meanwhile, for the Rams, their starting 5 includes their leading scorer. That's Danny Brooks, along with Cam Hackett, George Karamanakis, Ryan Brooks, and Alex Fasolo. Held basketball the call from the trail official Bill Goslin. And on the alternate possession, Leominster gets the basketball.
You know, you talk about Danny Brooks, leading scorer, 12, a little over 12, the only Shepherd Hill player averaging double figures at this point in the season. That's part of their scoring troubles.
The underhand off from LeBlanc to Paulino. The drive drops it low post. Conacher steps around the defender, lays it in and good. 4:59 to play in quarter one. Leominster out to the 8-0 opening run, and a timeout taken on the floor by Coach Michael Barnes.
So what I love already that I'm seeing, even on the early going, Leominster's court awareness. They know where all of their teammates are. They're playing a physical brand of basketball, not only on the offensive end, but on the defensive end as well. And they just clearly have a lot of chemistry out there. You can see it right off the bat. They have phenomenal court awareness, and they're able to right now not only hold the momentum, but basically playing whatever brand of basketball that they desire. A nice physical job starting early here by Leominster.
I want to build off of that, Kate.
Build away.
The difference that I see in this Leominster team this year, and maybe something we've seen previously, and I bet Bill Thomas has picked up on this as well, it's the speed. They're playing quickly, but they're not playing out of control. There's always that fine line. They're quick up and down the floor, back and forth, offense, defense, and in transition. But when they bring the ball down floor, there's control in their chaos and speed.
And I see the ball handler with his head up looking for that cutter, and everything's been going inside, and that's a great thing to see.
Rams get the basketball out of the timeout, trailing 8-0 here in quarter number one, and down the floor they go. Karamanakis has got it in the right wing. He pulled up. He got nothing but net. The ball never went through the rim. Leominster with the rebound and back down floor. LeBlanc stripped from behind into the hands of Danny Brooks. He finds Fasolo in transition.
A little careless with the ball right there, but still learning.
Leominster with the tightly painted man-to-man defense. Nobody more than arm's length away from their man. The drop in the post for Karamanakis. Steps out to the left wing. Got that one to go that time. And the Rams are on the board. 8-2, 4:20 to play here in quarter one. Conacher right back down floor, left wing, long two, no go. Rebound. Brooks gets it in transition. Brooks tipped by LeBlanc. The continuation. They wave the basket off. They say the foul is on the floor. So no hoop for Danny Brooks, but it is a Ram basketball and a Leominster foul.
Doesn't get the pro call with the 4 steps after
That's
with
right.
the extra dribble.
Continuation, not a thing in high school basketball.
LeBlanc
Euro step. I hate when I hear that term. Oh, my God.
LeBlanc picks up his first team first for the Blue Devils.
Euro step, translation, traveling. Ball into the post, laid in and good for Cam Hackett. And the Rams have cut the Leominster lead to just 4. 8-4, 4 minutes to play, halfway through this quarter number 1. Paulino lost the basketball, and here we go the other way. It's Ramirez Ruggles. Lost control, Leominster with the ball. Perez up for Paulino. Paulino finds Dada with the long 2 with the foot across the line, but the jumper will go.
I was nervous about that last shot.
Indeed. The turnaround and a double team, and Danny Brooks lays it off the glass. Good, and here we go. Basket for basket, back and forth, and perhaps I spoke too soon. Leominster's looked a little chaotic in the last 2 offensive possessions.
Well, I think that timeout that Shepherd Hill took kind of got them under control and got them a quick baskets with the defense.
The drive attempt for Dada won't go. Ends up in a held basketball with Karamanakis, Conacher, and Dada. Alternate possession, ball back to the Rams. Zelski will inbound for Ramirez Ruggles. Up floor for Brooks. Brooks back top of the key, and he'll slow things down with Cam Hackett. 3:10 to play here in quarter 1, and a 10-6 Leominster lead. Hackett with the spin into the post. He'll throw the ball back to nobody in particular. It's run down by Danny Brooks. Pocket almost picked to Karamanakis. Low post 5. Nice movement without the basketball by Zelski, and he'll lay it off the glass, and good. Leominster's lead is just 2 with under 3 minutes to play here in quarter 1. Perez threads the needle down to Conacher, who finishes.
What a pass inside right there.
And
Textbook.
Leominster's lead is back to 4. Here's the dribble drive. Ramirez Ruggles scoops it up on the glass, won't go. Tip basketball, and the rebound for Brian Perez. Up floor through Conacher. Derek Thomas got the first touch. Ball back to Perez. He shuffled the feet. Call for the travel, and the ball back to the Rams.
Take a second to breathe right there for both teams.
Indeed. A flurry of action.
The pace has been impressive, I'm not going to lie.
Only 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes left in the quarter already. Feels like they just threw the ball up.
Leominster opened with an 8-0 run. Back have come the Rams and closed it to this 12-8 basketball game. Right elbow jumper for Ramirez Ruggles won't go off the back iron, and the rebound down with a loose basketball to Trey LeBlanc.
Blue Devils doing a good job controlling the defensive boards up to this point.
Dada back to LeBlanc. Little head fake drive, spun in the post, lost the basketball.
6 so far rebounds for Leominster.
Thomas throws the ball away. It got deflected, and Leominster retained possession. Conacher got teed up for the shot straight away. Did not go on the three-pointer, but Leominster gets the fresh 30 and possesses the basketball with 1:40 to play here in the first quarter, and a 12-8 Leominster lead. Here's LeBlanc. Drops it into the post for Lucky.
Nice
Lucky back
move
to LeBlanc. Keeps that up. Finds Lucky again. Round and down it goes, and Leominster's lead is 14-8.
Pretty move right there inside. He's in his height nicely.
Three-pointer from the right wing for Zelski does not go, and 1:15 to play here in quarter 1. Here's Dada, back down floor, drives baseline, no look drop. Thomas, the double team, decides to feed Lucky, and he finishes.
That's the way you move the ball around right there, and that's the way you have balanced scoring.
And Leominster doubles up the Rams with the final minute here of quarter number 1. Pocket pick from behind by Thomas. It last touched Brooks for the Rams, and Leominster will get the basketball back with 55 and 17 seconds to play here in quarter 1.
Momentum quickly shifting here, back and forth in this first quarter.
Thomas with the new number this season, wearing 23.
An homage there, you think?
Perhaps
Likely.
a great documentary series on those Chicago Bulls coming up as well on this network.
There isn't a 23 on every team, then I don't know what's going on.
There's the drive through the baseline. The turnaround doesn't go for LeBlanc. Tipped basketball, got to Thomas, pulled up, didn't go. Rebound chased down to the baseline, 25 seconds to play here. Differential shot clock to game clock was about a second, and it is a second under, so the shot clock off. 15 and a half seconds to play in quarter 1 from underneath at the tough angle. Brooks will get the finish, and Leominster will get one more possession, up 6, with now 5 seconds to play in the quarter. Here's the drive. kick, Lucky, deflected, out of bounds. Just 1 second to play, and Leominster will keep the basketball. 1 second remaining here in the first quarter.
Looks like Derek Thomas has some fans on Facebook Live. Angela Thomas checking in. Number 23, Derek Thomas. Love my boy.
Conacher gets the catch and shoot off, and it will not go at the buzzer to conclude quarter number 1. But after a hot 8-0 start, Leominster lets the Rams back into the basketball game. They double them up, give up a basket before the buzzer. It's Leominster 16 and Shepherd Hill 10 through 1 quarter here from the gym at Leominster High School. Bill Thomas, I'll still go back to what I said at our first time out, that first stoppage, really the only stoppage of play we had extended in quarter number 1. Leominster looks like a more poised basketball team through 1 quarter.
They do. They're playing with a lot of cohesiveness. They're moving the ball around, and they're looking for those cutters. And that is key to success. And when you do, you make that second and third pass. That's when you balance out your scoring. You can't cover everybody. And when you got 5 players averaging 10 or more points, you're really spreading the floor out nicely.
Indeed they are. Kate, through 1 quarter, what stands out on the sheet?
Number 1, incredibly impressed with the fact that the Blue Devils only 1 foul, and even Shepherd Hill with only 2 thus far in the early going, for how physical a brand of basketball and with the pace, the frantic pace with which this first quarter just went. Incredibly impressed with how clean it was on both sides of the ball, on the defensive and offensive ends for both of the teams. I hope to see 3 more quarters, exactly what we just saw.
Paulino will inbound to start quarter 2 right here from our courtside broadcast position here on RFM. Into the post. It's Lucky from the tough angle. Can't get it to go. Tip basketball. Loose and run down by Ramirez Ruggles for the Rams. Across half court, it's Brandon DeJesus. Gets his first touch of the basketball game here in quarter 2. Karamanakis drops it off to Brooks. Brooks, fake in the post, nowhere to go, dish to Hackett. Hackett drives baseline, sends it to Karamanakis in the left corner, picks pocket, and there it is, Trey LeBlanc with the basketball. Behind the back, slows down, almost throws it away. Around it finds Thomas. Thomas stops in the post, shots a little long, and the rebound down for Ramirez Ruggles. Finds a corner, it's DeJesus. Sets up the 3, rims out, won't go, and the rebound for Conacher. Just a minute gone by here in quarter number 2. Leominster holds a 6-point lead.
Nice job by Leominster here, setting things up, not going crazy. They get the foul.
There is the foul call. Might be on the floor before LeBlanc took off on the shot. Yeah, they said the foul on the floor. So it's Leominster basketball with a fresh 30. Derek Thomas will inbound basket right.
Who's 42?
4.
Oh, there he is, Ramirez Ruggles.
Yes.
Fabulous.
The inbound was tipped. It never made it to Lucky. DeJesus has got the turnover for the Rams. He'll get it right back from Hackett in the right corner. 15 to shoot on the possession. Hackett works his way around to the left side, tries to find post and Danny Brooks. It's picked and down floor Paulino. Waits for a blow by and then gets whacked by Karamanakis.
Tough move right there, knocked to the floor, but pops right up, a little limp. Knees might be acting up a little bit after that untimely put down.
Yeah, a little peg leg as he makes his way to the foul line, trying to stretch out, perhaps. 6:32 to play here in quarter 2. Leominster's lead 16-10. No baskets since we started quarter 2, about 90 seconds ago. Paulino at the line, 2-shot opportunity here. And the first one will go. Leominster makes some changes there. Perez will return to the lineup as Lucky will get a spell. Paulino with another opportunity. The lefty gets that one to go. And Leominster's lead is 8. 6.5 to play here in quarter number 2. DeJesus, cross court, finds Ramirez Ruggles. To the left wing, little underhand feed, Zelski. Zelski now goes Karamanakis. Left angle 3 will not go. Paulino the long distance rebound.
5th missed 3 for Shepherd Hill already in this game.
Thomas the drive, and he was bothered on the scoop by Brooks. No foul call. Basketball in transition gets poked away, and Thomas will run it down.
6th turnover for Shepherd Hill on the evening.
Here's LeBlanc. The drive, jump, stop.
Beautiful
Finds
pass.
Conacher, wide open to the basket, and good.
Talk about drawing the attention down the lane, and great heads-up pass right there.
Leominster doubles up Shepherd Hill again with a 20-10 lead. Ramirez Ruggles slows the action here. 15 shoot on the possession. DeJesus. Working on Perez. Foul line finds Ramirez Ruggles, 5 to shoot. Kick corner. Got some room. Zelski to the basket. Got it on the rim, but it was bothered from behind by Conacher.
Great team defense right there by Blue Devils.
LeBlanc pulls up from the foul line, and the lefty gets that one to go. And Leominster's lead is now 12. Ball tipped as they went with the cross-court skip. Leominster's got the ball. Perez with the tip, and it worked its way into the hands of LeBlanc. Takes it coast to coast, pulls up for the jumper in the lane, and Leominster's lead is 14 with 4:54 to play here in quarter 2.
What a transition game we're seeing out of the Blue Devils tonight. Turnovers, even off made baskets. Everything's hurry up down the court, looking for those cutters, and Leominster's performing that part of the game with exceptional precision. It's nice to see those cutters and those ball handlers dribbling with their heads up, and the cutters are being rewarded, heading to the basket, they're getting some easy looks.
Indeed they are, and I think on the other side of the floor for Shepherd Hill, Bill Thomas, the thing that's jumping out at me is that they are not seeing where Leominster is in those passing lanes, and they're trying to go with these cross-court passes, and you've got bodies in between them. They're doing a nice enough job, is Leominster, defensively, playing a close height man defense, but knowing when to step off a little bit to put themselves in a passing lane.
Right, and not so close that they can become susceptible to being blown by. They're just bounced off nicely, and they're playing with hands up.
Quick stat drop here. 8-0 run in the second quarter for the Blue Devils, nearly halfway through the second quarter.
That's how Leominster began the basketball game in quarter number 1 as well. Into the front court comes the Rams out of their second timeout of the first half.
A lot of perimeter passing by the Rams. Blue Devils just not letting them go inside.
Leominster's gone to a 2-3 zone here.
Stifling defense right now.
Indeed they are.
Stifling.
Ball was tipped. Triple team. Somehow Brooks got through it but didn't get the shot to go. Got his own rebound. Drew the harm from Dada. Count the basket, and to the line he'll go. Brooks
Just relentless right there. Once he got the ball in the paint, couple of tries, finally gets it in, gets the foul, looking for the 3 the old-fashioned way.
Bill Thomas, you said he averages 12 points a basketball game. He's clearly the Rams' leading scorer, and you could see why.
And they look for him pretty much every time down court.
Paulino goes back to the top of the key. The Rams have fallen back into a 2-3 zone as well, extended.
Trying to keep the Blue Devils out of the paint, I think. Easier to collapse.
You might even say it's 3-2. Dada pulls up for the 3 from the right side, won't go, and the rebound down for Hackett. 4 to play here in the second quarter. Here's the drive. It got poked from behind. No, they say the handle was lost by DeJesus, and Leominster gets the basketball back. There's a defender in the neighborhood, thought he might touch the basketball. Officials say no.
Tricky dribble, but just lost it out of bounds. Tricky thing to say.
Welcome to the 2020 season, Bill Thomas. The ball dropped to Perez.
The rust off, that's all.
Hey, aren't we all?
Trust me, it could be the last game of the season. I'd have trouble with that. But thanks.
Paulino with the 3, and he strokes it.
He knows it too, feeling.
27-13, Leominster's lead, 3:20 to play in quarter 2. DeJesus blows by Paulino. Got it on the glass, didn't fall. Paulino in transition, Leominster even numbers. Behind the back, drop pass. LeBlanc the 3, that one won't go. Crowd wanted it. Conacher, race to the corner, tries to bang it off a defender, cannot do it. Ball out of bounds and back to the Rams. 3:06 to play here in quarter 2. Leominster's lead 27-13. Kate doing a great job pulling double, maybe triple duty. Off the inbound there. They crossed the line, lost it back out of bounds. Did Shepherd Hill. Great defense on the inbound, and Leominster will get the basketball back, creating the turnover. Paulino, a deep three again. That one got front rim and didn't roll over the top. Rams with the rebound and under 3 minutes to play here in quarter number 2.
I can't get over it pace. Pace is unblazing.
But controlled at the same time.
Absolutely.
That's the part that's impressed me the most. Ball up on the underside of the rim that time for Fasolo and will not go. Around it goes to Paulino. Paulino chucks it back and an offensive foul called. Nice defensive play there by Nick Corrales. He set square on the baseline. He let Paulino steamroll him. And the ball will go back to Shepherd Hill on a nice defensive play by Corrales.
It was. You know, it's tough to stand there. You know that hit's coming. Just
Absorb
got
the
to
blow.
body up for it. That's a football player move right there. Just take the hit.
Leominster with 2-man pressure toward the half-court stripe. Little 3-man press break for the Rams coming over half-court. They're half-court left with 2.5 to play here in the second quarter. A bobbled basketball by Hackett, but he held his pivot foot. And now into the corner. He gets it right back. The drive, left baseline, kick back top of the key for Fasolo. Fasolo, the drive and push will not go. Ball pulled down in the hands of Hackett. He missed. Karamanakis swatted away by Perez. Fourth opportunity on the possession. Won't go this time for Corrales. Another opportunity missed. And then a technical foul assessed against Shepherd Hill as Leominster got the basketball back. Coach Michael Burns on fire and still having it out with official Paul Murphy over at the official table.
I think he thought there could have been a foul or two called in that exchange. 5 offensive rebounds, I think, was the count there for Shepherd Hill.
If you know either of these officials, they're going to let them play.
Seasoned veterans as assigned by board 44. Paulino will go to the line to shoot the 2 technical free throws. First one won't go. 27-13, Leominster's lead, 1:58 to play. One more technical free throw for Paulino and then possession for Leominster. He'll get that one to go. So 50-50 on the trip, but Leominster gets the basketball back as well. And for a young head coach in Michael Burns, Bill Thomas, inopportune time. Your team was trailing. Not a good time to pick up that technical foul and give away 2 shots and the basketball.
I agree. Maybe he's looking to fire him up a little bit, take one for the team, but bad timing in my opinion.
LeBlanc missed twice on the trip. Rebound for Hackett. Bounces it up the floor. Finds Corrales. Corrales stopped up in the right wing. 1:45 to play, and LeBlanc takes it away. LeBlanc coast to coast. Cannot get it to fall. He can't believe the ball did not go down, but he'll get 2-shot opportunity. We'll Trey LeBlanc at the line.
Love that aggressiveness. So every opportunity, I don't think we've seen the Blue Devils walk the ball up once yet. They're coming up court, they're dribbling with their heads up, and they're looking for those cutters that are beating the ball down court, and they're making the offense move. And you know, when you can expect to get a pass if you're open, I think that just leads to more and more success. You want to be that passer at that point. You know somebody's driving for that basket. They're looking for the ball. An assist feels just as good as a basket sometimes.
Indeed it does. We'll say hello to some folks out there as well. Say hello to Lindsey Rocco out there, Jason Gray out there joining us, John David Bissett with us as well on Facebook. Shout us out, give us a like, send us a little message here. We'll try to say hello as we continue through the night here on RFM.
LeBlanc hits his second.
Leominster's lead is 30-13. The Rams carelessly throw this one into the backcourt, and LeBlanc will chase down the loose basketball. Drops it in the post, Paulino. Kicks it back out, Perez for a 3. Got the side of the rim, and it will not go. Karamanakis off floor, and too long looking for Fasolo, who had leaked out down floor. He was wide open, and the ball just got missed on the pass down floor by Karamanakis. 1:18 to play here in the second quarter, 30-13. Leominster's lead with the basketball. Conacher draws a double team in the post. Perez to Paulino. Little fake, steps to his right. Shot off the mark. Perez keeps it alive. Conacher gets it back. Conacher back to the top of the key. Through Todd to LeBlanc. And under a minute to play here in the quarter. Heading toward halftime here. 8 seconds to shoot for Leominster on possession. Tip basketball, bothered from behind Hackett, and Hackett will get the steal. Down floor Hackett, stripped but kept going in the air. Shot won't go. 45 seconds to play in the quarter. Paulino, left baseline to LeBlanc. inside Conacher. He got hacked by Zelski, and Conacher's going to the line to shoot two.
Good ball movement right there, leading to that foul. Look at easy open shot. Got to come up hacking and swinging, get a couple of foul shots out of it.
Foul number 7 for the Rams of Shepherd Hill. That's Zaleski's first, team 7th.
Blue Devils will be taking advantage of the penalty.
Yeah, they'll be in
here
the
on
bonus
out.
the rest of
Although
the way, Will Leominster.
short time here for the rest of the half, only 38 seconds, but you never know.
First one does not go for Conacher. But again, another opportunity. 38.5 seconds to play here in quarter number 2. Conacher got the second to go. Leominster's lead in invert, 31-13. 33 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Here's Hackett with the basketball. 8-second differential. Shot clock to game clock. Tip from behind by Dada. A blank to the corner. Thomas has to go long foul line. It was tipped by Zelski. Conacher corralled. Got the shot up. It won't go. Now another opportunity. Whistles from behind the play. And official Paul Murphy says double dribble. Got both hands on the basketball and put it back down again.
Only the 5th turnover for Leominster in the first half, though.
Real clean half of action. Coach Kevin Grudgefield has to be pleased. We'll look forward to having him in our courtside broadcast position live coming up post game. Ramirez Ruggles got the shot on the rim. It won't go. And it's halftime at the gym at Leominster High School. Through one half of play here on RFM. It's Leominster 31 and Shepherd Hill 13 as we head to the locker room. 31-13. Leominster over Shepherd Hill at the half. Bill Thomas.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with what we're seeing out of Leominster up to this point. You know, I was looking at their record. I love the stats that I saw, but until you actually see them in action, not sure what to expect. Expectations fulfilled.
Indeed they are. Leominster cannot complain about their play through one half.
Coach Crutchfield must be very happy, but he'll find something to point out in the locker room.
And that's how good
Good
teams
coaches get better.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And that's the bottom line with that. 31-13, Leominster on top of Shepherd Hill at the half. You can see Kate hard at work, crunching the numbers. We step aside here at halftime on RFM. Quick break, and we're back with our halftime report next. This is RFM. Halftime from the gym at Leominster High School here on RFM. Todd Robbins, Kate Robbins, happy to have you along with us here on RFM, a part of our family on this Friday night, January the 17th, from the gym at Leominster High School. Through one half of action, it's Leominster 31 and Shepherd Hill 13. Not a surprise probably, Kate, on the scoreboard when you really look at the team's records coming into the game tonight. But what is the most impressive to us thus far has been the quality and maturity level of basketball in just a one-off season turnaround.
I feel like we haven't seen them in 5 years, and the amount of improvement has been absolutely incredible. That is attributed, obviously, to the student-athletes that are on the floor and the work that they've put in the offseason. Obviously, maturation, getting a little bit older, physicality, getting a little bit bigger. You see a big difference when you come here at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and you see the JV1 squad, and we see some of these kids as we're setting up our equipment over the years, and as they get older and older and grow, it really is distinctive by the time they become juniors and seniors. And just looking out there, the maturation process, not just from a maturity standpoint in their basketball acumen and IQ, but clearly just their physicality altogether. The physical brand of basketball that we're seeing, not only that, but disciplined and team basketball, the amount of passing, quality passing that we've seen, a lack of unforced errors. Absolutely amazing. Really pleased. The level of basketball we're seeing out of these Leominster Blue Devil boys certainly attributes to the fact they have a 7-1 record thus far.
Indeed they do. Coach Kevin Grudgefield will say it again. Got to be happy with the performance thus far, and certainly with the season.
Maybe he'll smile.
We'll look forward to talking to him post-game as well. All right,
great.
Kate, let's run down those first half numbers. Leominster a 31-13 lead at the half.
Obviously, the big news, Leominster extending its lead. They were up by 6 at the end, 1 quarter, up by 18 now at the end of the second quarter. Team totals first as a team, 7 of 10 from the charity stripe, 21 rebounds, 5 steals, only 5 turnovers in the first half of play for the Leominster Blue Devils. They shot 52 from the field, 11% from behind the three-point arc. Individual notable statistics for the Blue Devils, Paulino right now with 7 points. Blank was 7, Conacher with 9, so you already have 3 members of the squad looking to get over 10 points in this matchup. Perez with 2 points, Lucky with 4, and Dada with 2 points as well. Now let's take a look at the Shepherd Hill side of the ball. Team totals first. Again, down by 6 after 1, down by 18 after 2. They're 1 of 1 from the charity stripe. 14 rebounds as a team, 2 steals, 13 turnovers. They're shooting 32% from the field. They are 0 of 5 from behind the three-point arc. That's 0% for those of you that struggle with math. Individual notable statistics for the Rams of Shepherd Hill. Zaleski with 2 points, Brooks with 7 points, Hackett with 2, and Karamanakis with 2 points as well. The big notable, Leominster's defense holds the Shepherd Hill Rams to 1 shot made from the field in the second quarter. They had Brooks, 1 shot from the field, 1 shot from the free throw line, a total of 3 points for the Rams in the second quarter. That's attributed to the defense. Absolutely amazing physical. We saw some zone, we saw some man-to-man as well. Man-to-man, they were like painted on each other out there. Absolutely phenomenal, but even more amazing, no one on the Blue Devil squad in any kind of foul trouble. Right now, Paulino, Blank, and Dada all with 1. You can't ask for much more. If you're Coach Grudgefield today, you're having to mince some things in order to get areas of improvement. I'm sure he'll find some. That's his job. That's not my job. But I want to see more of what we saw in the first half from the Blue Devils.
For good reasons all around.
Oh, I took the entire halftime. I apologize.
You have nothing to complain about.
My bad.
That's where we're at. Second half begins here from the gym at Leominster High School.
Turning into you. I'm turning into a talker.
On RFM. The audience seems to appreciate it. And a drive to the basket, and Leominster on the sheet right away. Conacher gets billed for his first foul as he gets the hit on the arm, and that sends Danny Brooks to the line to open the second half. Rams will go left to right in half number 2. Blue Devils from right to left for those of you joining us here on RFM.
They can see it.
They can indeed as well. It's the radio side. You know how it goes.
Brooks 0 of 2 on that trip to the charity stripe.
But Paulino tries to walk in that three-point attempt, and that won't go. 30 seconds into this third quarter. 31-13 is where we're stuck here as we start half number 2. Here's the drive. Zelski got it on the glass, scraped it down and good. And the Rams cut it to a 31-15 game. Lots of basketball to come here on RFM throughout the year. Remember, it's facebook.com/media rivalry, or for replays, if you're not out there on Facebook, or if you want to be able to watch the game anytime, share it out with your friends on YouTube. Search Rivalry Family Media, at Media Rivalry on Twitter as well.
LeBlanc almost had himself a steal on that pass.
He certainly had it wide eyes like he had it if it was coming his way. Karamanakis, the turnaround, hard in and out of the rim, and LeBlanc got himself the rebound.
His passing has been masterful tonight.
Creates some room for Perez with the pass. Back on the three, won't go. There was a push in the lane, and Conacher bites the lip. A little frustration there, as there's the foul on the rebounding action.
He's going to pick up a quick second foul, team second of the second half for the Blue Devils. So Conacher going from none to 2 fouls. Toot sweet here, and Coach Crutchfield is going to have to ask for a quick timeout for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, immediately up off the bench, stops the clock, 6:43 to play in the third quarter. Leominster with the 31-15 lead. Third member of the broadcast team, Bill Thomas, we didn't forget about
Made
you.
it back just in time.
Indeed.
Bienvenue.
I know you didn't need me at halftime. What did I miss?
Thus far,
Shepherd Hill kept
2
to 3
points.
points in the second quarter,
Who's
one
top?
from the field.
Top scorer for the Blue Devils?
We have 2 tied at 7, Paulino and LeBlanc. Oh, actually, no, check that. Conacher with 9.
So, but 7 and 7 all. But once again, we're seeing that balanced scoring. That's kind of what I was going to allude to. I was hoping that something
Allude
like
away,
that would come
William.
up. But it's showing up on the stat sheet. It's showing up on the court tonight. You know, what better proof that I think we're seeing a much improved Blue Devils team, but a much more mature Blue Devils team this year. A lot of the same players, but they've added some additions that have seemed to bring a new level of energy to the team also.
Bill Thomas pulling double duty as analyst and camera operator, and Kate triple duty, analyst, stats, and she's running that great score box we got on the screen for you. That score book as well. RFM, it is a family-run operation, to say the least.
And Todd,
Labor
you're
of
just
love.
sitting there talking.
I call the play-by-play, and
That's all
I help
good.
switch and bring up some of the good
Having
stuff.
now
It's all
done my
good.
first game for for football play-by-play, you can't do anything else.
Ball
Nice
tipped
steal.
away by Perez, and Leominster
defense.
indeed on the score sheet with the steal.
Defense really has been, I mean, their scoring has been prolific, their passing has been phenomenal, but I've been so impressed with the D.
LeBlanc lost it from behind, might have gotten poked away, and the Rams are able to bring it in. Hackett right down the middle of the lane, might add a little Euro step in there, Bill Thomas.
Yeah. Hey, at the high school level, you know, we got to give him that step. But, you know, the refs seem to be quick to call her at the lower levels. As you get higher up in the ranks, you get a little more liberty with what you can get away with, I think.
You've been
Hackett.
watching the NBA as long as I have, Bill Thomas. You know, traveling, not something that
No,
gets called.
wiped out of the rule book.
Hackett picks up his second team first of the second half. For Shepherd Hill, that is.
Indeed it is. 31-15, Leominster's lead. Leominster stuck on 31. Almost 3 minutes gone by here in quarter 3. They've been there since halftime. Dada with the straightaway look, had a hand in his face. The putback for Perez. He got the foul drawn, but he couldn't get the shot to fall, and Perez was underneath it going, fall, 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 and he can't get it to go, but Perez draws the foul and 2 shots at the line.
4 bounces up there on the rim. He had a chance to beg. To no avail.
Karamanakis picks up his team second of the second half. Deuces are wild.
Perez a little off the mark on opportunity number 1. Very deliberate set. He takes a good long look at it. Now the deep knee bend, and got that one to go, and Leominster is on the board in the second half. They still have a lead. It's 32-15, 5.5 to play here in the third quarter. Pinpoint passing ends up at Karamanakis on the right block, elevates and gets that one to go.
Made it look easy. That trip up the court. Blue Devils kind of fell asleep on defense there. Another one of those will be here in timeout real quick.
Indeed.
They need to keep the energy up.
And Leominster seems a little flatter as we start this second half. LeBlanc this time steps through 2
There's a
defenders,
spark.
by another one, and lays it in and good.
He's up to 9 points on the night, 34-17, advantage Leominster.
Nice look, Karamanakis found a streaky Brooks down the lane. Brooks lays it over the front of the rim.
Perfection on the bounce pass right there.
Lucky Got it up on glass, didn't go, and there was some contact in the rebound battle. There were 4 Rams standing behind Lucky, and Lucky drew the foul. Signal for 2 shots there, and Aiden Lucky will go to the line for Leominster.
Should be his first team third. Oh, pardon me. Should be Karamanakis' team third for Shepherd Hill.
First one will
My
go
bad.
for Lucky. It's all right.
We're going. Where am I? Who am I?
.436 to play here in the third quarter. Lucky gets that one to go.
You know, I can't remember, just a quick comment on Lucky, when I've seen the Blue Devils have the tallest player on the court. It's nice to see. It's reassuring.
I would say Gavinsky Pierre-Louis was probably the one who most often stood out over the last couple of years.
I'd like to see them when they go up against Wachusett. And we'll see who's tall then.
That's right, really.
We'll see what tree is the sequoia that day.
Karamanakis shot that one toward the cross-court pass opportunity almost to the second row. It was kept in play and then a missed shot. Back down floor, LeBlanc the pull-up, scraped the rim, did not go. Got a second opportunity, drew some serious contact there from Ryan Brooks, and to the line goes LeBlanc for 2 shots.
Way to stay with it.
You don't necessarily have to keep piling on the points, but what you do need to do is take advantage of the opportunities at the foul line when they're presented.
That's going to be Brooks' third and team fourth for Shepherd Hill.
No, good job by LeBlanc, too, to chase down his own miss there and stay in the play. A lot of times the player will just back up, give up on that, but good job on the follow right there.
It's the difference between pouting about a missed shot and staying with it and saying, no, I get another opportunity, go get your own rebound and put it up again.
Yeah, you know you're going to miss. Chances are you have a good idea where it's going to go, and you might be the only one that can get to that spot.
LeBlanc shorts that one. Halfway through quarter 3, 37-19 is Leominster's lead.
Ooh.
That one might have been off a foot, but the ball's still loose. Battle on the floor. Fasolo fed Karamanakis. The little delay and got it up and good.
That was pretty.
Indeed it was.
A little up, under and up and over.
And then DeJesus back down floor, plays a little defense, steps in a lane, knocks Paulino's pass in the front row. He was looking for LeBlanc. Perez will inbound for Leominster in the front court. He'll find Thomas. Thomas banks it in the low post, then finds its way to Perez. He got it on the rim. It fell off on the left side, and Hackett got himself a rebound. Fasolo with a little extra kick into the front court. Now to the foul line. Back for Brooks. Pull up 3. He got it.
Shepherd Hill showing a little bit of life here.
37-24. The Rams have closed the distance significantly here in the third quarter. Conacher with the long 2 in the left wing. Hit a lot of stuff. Can't get it to go through the rim. And DeJesus brings it to the front court left.
Leominster already with 6 missed shots. In addition to that, an additional 3 missed 3 attempts in the second half.
Thomas knocked that one down, but the Rams maintain possession. Thomas right up on Brooks.
Defense
spins back to DeJesus. 5 to shoot. DeJesus to drive. The push. It won't go. Thomas pulls down the rebound.
That's the D we want to see.
Finds up court Paulino. Baseline. Put it into traffic into the hands of 3 Rams. That's another Rams steal on a Leominster turnover.
Coach not looking happy either. Particularly about a one basket away from a timeout here to get their act together.
15 to shoot for DeJesus. Bouncing into Karamanakis, a double team. Back to Brooks, got open. Stroke to 3 again. And it's a 10-point basketball game all of a sudden. 37-27.
Brooks was not on the score sheet in the first half. Already in the third quarter, 6 points, 2 threes.
Ball tipped out of bounds by Perez. Leominster will send a couple players into the game. It's Lucky and Dada who will rejoin the action, spelling Paulino and Perez.
What in the first half looked like it was going to be an absolute blowout right now, turning into quite the ball game here.
Conacher right off the inbound. The pull-up didn't go. And down floor, the long pass was tipped through Conacher and found its way to DeJesus. Dangerous pass there. Lucky tipped it in the passing lane, but it's found its way to Hackett. Hackett the drive through 3 Blue Devils. He cannot get it to go, and the ball is down in the hands of Dada. Dada up floor he goes with a 5-on-3 advantage. Found LeBlanc, right baseline, bounces it to Dot straight away. To the foul line, tip now to LeBlanc. 90 seconds to play here in the third quarter. And the ball is picked by De Jesus. Tried to go up floor. Fasolo lost his balance. Leominster with the basketball, turns it away. Ping pong basketball
I was going
here.
to say, welcome to tennis.
Up floor, Thomas got fouled. He cannot rattle home the 3, but Trey LeBlanc will go to the line shooting 3.
You should get a point for that. That was halfway.
De Jesus picks up his first, team 5th for Shepherd Hill in the second half.
We'll have to see if Leominster kind of stem the tide here. Points becoming very difficult here in the third quarter.
Only one basket
guessing-
from the field, Billy.
I'm guessing they haven't scored more than 3 or 4. I wasn't sure the halftime score.
31.
But it's not looking good so far up to this point. Leominster's got to find a way to regain that momentum.
As Kate said moments ago, just 1 basket from the field, and Leominster has put up a total of 7, make it 8. As LeBlanc is now 2 of 2.
Taking advantage of this opportunity here at the foul line.
Absolutely. Can make it 3 of 3 with 1:15 to play here in the third quarter. We'll know in a moment. Indeed he can.
Nice job.
And Leominster crosses the 40 mark. 40-27, Leominster's lead. Their halftime lead was 31-13. Karamanakis finds the inbound with Leominster pressing with 3. 1:10 to play here in the third. Karamanakis, corner Brooks, step left 3. No roll, rebound Fasolo, ripped it down, got it up and in. He did not have position. He beat Paulino to the spot.
He did. No boxing out there. He just worked his way around him. Good job there on the offensive boards by Shepherd Hill.
Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Rams trail by 11. Paulino a deep 3. Off the mark left and out of bounds. And Paulino maybe pressing a little bit here. 44 seconds to play in the third quarter. 40-29, Leominster's lead. The inbound, Thomas got it with the defense, and the call here is going to go against Ramirez Ruggles as he pulled Thomas down after making the steal on the inbound.
That's the way to get on the stat sheet. Make the steal, draw the foul, hang one on the guy you steal it from. Nice job right there.
A combined 8 fouls here in quarter 3. All sorts of problems, and that inbound hit the mid-court curtain. But there was a whistle. They reset, and now here's the inbound. Conacher pulls the 3 from the left corner, doesn't go. Lucky the rebound. Drops it inside. Thomas with a little inside passing. He missed. Third opportunity with the steal. Thomas got it up. It will not fall, but he's got 2 shots from the line.
Good aggressiveness right there. The ball finds him.
Just a shade, 1/10, under 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
Brooks picks up his 4th foul, team 7, 7th. Leominster in the bonus the rest of the way.
Rest of the game will be the
Rest of the game,
entirety
yeah.
of the fourth quarter.
That's big right now.
Thomas still looking to make a contribution to the stat sheet on the offensive end of things. Defensively, he's been absolutely tremendous. No points thus far for Thomas in this one for the Blue Devils.
He's got a second opportunity on this trip. And when you're struggling from the field, as we've said now a couple of times, you've got to make them from the free throw line. Thomas 0 of 2 on that trip. Final 30 seconds of the third quarter. Hackett up floor to Brooks. Brooks got taken from the side. And it looked like Thomas got billed for the foul. Come back down floor, his first. And that will send Danny Brooks to the line.
His first, team 3rd of the second half for Leominster again. 40-29 here, the score. 25 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Brooks can't get the first one to go. Second opportunity comes here. And that one will go. 10-point ball game, 40-30. Leominster still holding on to that lead. Playing catch across the arc. Thomas, LeBlanc, and Paulino. Shot clock off here in the third quarter and waning seconds. Paulino thought about a cross-court skip, didn't do it. Paulino fake to the corner, now goes to the corner to Todd, and he throws it away. An unforced error there. Trying to be a little too fancy was Jeremiah Paulino.
Untimely error there, too.
Yeah, 3.5 seconds to play in the third quarter and gives the Rams another opportunity.
We'll see if they can take advantage of it here. Could be a huge momentum swing here with 3.4 left in the third.
Hackett makes good use of that 5 count. Paulino picks, takes the 3 at the buzzer, and it will not fall. And that pretty much the summary of Leominster shooting from the field in quarter number 3. They are still living off of that first half lead. It's Leominster 40, Shepherd Hill 30, a 10-point basketball game as we enter the all-important fourth and final quarter here from the gym at Leominster High School. Thank you, Bill Thomas. Here, we've got one for that.
There you go.
Let's look at this one right over here as well. It's unbelievable.
I'll go to the cheerleaders.
Indeed, a great look at the cheerleading squad here as they have performed for both sides of the gymnasium throughout the night. We saw them facing this direction in half number 1. Now cheering to the home fans over on the Leominster side as well. The great collection of parents and grandparents who are here with us at the start of this long holiday weekend right here on RFM. It's great having you along with us here on RFM. Facebook Live /Media Rivalry, Bill Thomas.
And cheerleaders are athletes.
Indeed they are.
They need their due.
Indeed. And this particular cheerleading squad, Bill Thomas, very talented as well.
Award-winning.
Indeed. So Leominster will get the possession to open the fourth and final quarter with a 10-point lead, but some third quarter struggles. You saw Kate moments ago putting together the numbers. We'll get to her momentarily as Leominster opens with the basketball. Dada throws it into traffic, tipped away. Hackett's got the basketball, going the other way. 15 seconds into the fourth quarter. Perez, great defense, smothering, but made the body contact, got a little too close to Fasolo, and bumped up against him with the lower body.
You know, we look at the Blue Devils' struggle there in the third quarter. Shepherd Hill did a good job, cut the lead almost in half from 18 down to 10. And, you know, possession of the ball here, they can make a little dent, and this game is far from over.
My fouls keep resetting.
Start of the quarter. One of those issues with the software. Here's the drive, the high scraper, and it goes for Fasolo. 8-point basketball game. Conacher drive to the basket, absorb double team and harm, and Conacher's got 2 shots coming up here at the line.
You know, nice to see him work the ball around and back inside. I was waiting for that jump shot and about to comment. Blue Devils have turned into a jump shooting team here in the second half, and but 4 passes later, they kept me from having to say that.
Brooks picks up his first team 8th.
Conacher's first will go, push the lead back up to 9. The 8-point gap that Shepherd Hill had closed it to was the closest this basketball game had been since the first half of action. Conacher 2 of 2 on the trip, pushes the lead for Leominster back to 10. Up court, into the corner. Ramirez Ruggles drives, drops it in the low block for Zaleski. Can't get it to go. Leominster with the rebound.
Pushing.
Indeed. Thomas, cross court, finds LeBlanc. LeBlanc drops it off to Conacher. Jumps into the double team, bangs it in. And the Leominster lead back to 12. Ramirez Ruggles running the point for the Rams. Rams looking a little stagnant on the offensive end. Kate, you might even say they look a little gassed.
They do look gassed. I don't know that they're going to be able to keep up with the Blue Devils here in the fourth quarter. They have 6.5 minutes to go still.
Ramirez Ruggles banged it off the side of the rim. It didn't go. And the rebound for Perez. Outlet for LeBlanc. LeBlanc foul line, step through, drew the contact, and LeBlanc gets 2 more at the line.
I love to see that aggressiveness, though. Never pulled up that dribble, kept going right down the line. Looked like he was going to kick it out to the corner, but didn't, and draws the foul.
Zaleski picks up his second team, 9th of the second half for the Rams. LeBlanc back at the line.
And the first one will go.
foul shots tonight for the Blue Devils going to be incredibly helpful for them. I'll have the math for you in a little while, but suffice it to say there's a lot more filled in foul shots than there are empty ones on my stat sheet.
Leominster trying to pair up defensively as LeBlanc finishes the trip 2 of 2. 46-32 is Leominster's lead. 6:20 to play here in the fourth quarter. Here's Hackett. Hackett with the drive. Slip down for Karamanakis. Karamanakis never got the shot off, but he maintained possession. He loads Ramirez Ruggles. Shot long. Paulino caught in a triple team with the rebound. Throws it to the sideline. Run down by LeBlanc to keep the play alive for Leominster. Up floor finds Thomas. Thomas, the runner, rolls over the rim and it won't go. Conacher caught up in a battle with Ramirez Ruggles for the rebound. Held ball the call. And on the possession, it's Rams basketball. Under 6 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Conacher steps in the passing lane and pick. Right back up floor for Paulino. Ahead of steam and lays it in and good.
Good turnover, transition, fast break right there, textbook.
Rams
Whoa.
tried to go through the rim the other way. That one tipped and won't go. LeBlanc, step back to the foul line, jumper, and
did it
goes.
all.
And Leominster crosses the 50 and forces the timeout.
The tricky
from
dribble,
Coach Michael
the
Burns.
tricky dribble's no good unless you finish it off, which he did nicely.
Indeed, he did. 5:28 to play in the fourth quarter. It's Leominster 50 and Shepherd Hill 32. Coming up post-game here on RFM, we'll take a quick break. Kate will calculate the stats for you. We'll have those final stats. And then coming up after that, live here courtside, Leominster head coach Kevin Crutchfield will join us as well. So we will look forward to that. Coming up post-game, talk to him about this one as well as the way this season has gone thus far. First of 8 games here on RFM in 2020 for the regular season. Started with the boys tonight, 2 weeks time on a Tuesday night, January the 28th. We take RFM on the road. Leominster travels to Shepherd Hill for the boys as well. And then 1 week later, it's the Fitchburg-Leominster doubleheader right here from the gym, Leominster High School. That'll be our first look at the girls. We'll get them the following Tuesday as well, on Tuesday, February the 11th, as the girls play host to Neshoba. And it's the first half of our coverage here through the remainder of January and February. Whistle from behind the play. Double dribble is the call, and the ball will go back to Leominster.
Momentum suddenly back in Leominster's side of the court. Built that lead back up to 18 after we were questioning if they're in trouble.
Paulino thought about the shot, dropped it off to Perez. He missed it from the left elbow. Back to Paulino, over his head. Plays catch with Thomas. Now sends Thomas around, rebalances the floor. Here's LeBlanc. Down through the lane, count the basket, and a foul.
Nice job there by LeBlanc, drawing the contact. Tell you, he's come alive here in the second half. Making his foul shots.
Coach Kevin Crutchfield called Jeremiah Paulino over, and I think this is a really great coaching point. He pointed up at the scoreboard and the clock. Time and score for a play-by-play announcer is a huge thing, but an opportunity on a little coaching point there. Time and score. Be aware of where you are on the floor and in the flow of the basketball game.
That foul was Karamanakis' 5th, team at 10th.
Hackett, the drive, got himself caught under the rim, but he drew contact, and Conacher get billed for the foul. He in a bit of disbelief, but it is his third. All three have come here in the second half.
His third, team 5th for the Blue Devils.
And Cam Hackett to the line, shooting 2. That one will not go. (53-33), and the Rams with the defensive pick. It's Brooks. Brooks finds Hackett. 4.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. A 20-point basketball game. Through the lane aggressively. Zelski can't get it to go. LeBlanc stops at the foul line. Pull up, won't go. Brooks the rebound. Thomas stripped him, but they got tipped from behind. And the Rams have the basketball in transition, 4:15 to play. The drive up on the rim, it won't go, tip from behind, out of bounds. And the ball back to Leominster, 4:11 to play in the fourth quarter, 53-33, Leominster with the lead. Down floor, Thomas. Thomas fires to Conacher. Steps between a double team and lays it in and good. Past the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Zelski threw it up at the rim. That one didn't go. Yes, indeed. Back down floor in the hands of Blank. He got leaned on, but from the tough angle, he shakes his head. He said, I will not be denied.
Left-handed. Nice move around the basket right there.
3.5 to play in the fourth quarter. 57-33, Leominster's lead. Hackett to the basket. Front rim, no. And the ball down, 3-on-1 down floor. LeBlanc to Paulino with the finish.
Bounce pass, fast break. Nothing prettier.
Paulino tipped it away. Hustle play into the bench. He gets a pat from both coaching staffs.
Well, here I come. Up by 20 and still aggressive.
A skid across the floor. We got good sound effect on that one. And that sounded like floor burn from my position.
That's the squeak mic that we have.
Indeed. 3:15 to play here in the fourth quarter, 59-33. Zelski, the drive into a double team. Perez swats it away.
Not in my house.
LeBlanc, the driving kick. Left corner, Paulino. Sets up Perez for a three. Front rim, no. Battle for the rebound. A couple of New Jerseys out there for Leominster as well. Perez bothered Ryan Brooks. Feeds back to Danny Brooks. Brooks will get it back from Zelski. Take a three on the left side. Will not go. Ryan Brooks, the rebound. Lost handle, recovered. Turn around from the right block, won't go. And Trey LeBlanc, the rebound. Nico Delici on the floor for Leominster. You can also add out there Isaac Tyson seeing their first action. And count the basket there for LeBlanc, who finishes the lay-in. 61-33, 2:25 to play here in the fourth quarter. Hackett's shot, three from the left side, won't go. Last touch facing off Delici, and it will be Ram basketball, and the Rams wholesale change. Everybody 5 on, 5 off.
Quick comment here. Since 40-30, Blue Devils laid it on them. 21-3 run.
Once again, now in the fourth quarter, only one made basket from the field for the Rams.
And they, of course, did a lot of damage
In
from
the
the field in the third quarter. So you got to put together complete quarters.
And think how short a short time ago we were talking about the Blue Devils with one basket in the third quarter.
Pass to nobody in particular for the Rams, and the ball back to Leominster. And Coach Crutchfield, one at a time here. That will finish Paulino's night. We'll start to pull players out of the game. That puts Lucky back on the floor. Final 2 minutes here of quarter number 4. 61-33, Leominster on top of Shepherd Hill. Tyson gets the three to go, and it's 64-33. And Isaac Tyson steps into a basketball game for the first time tonight.
You know these kids want to shoot.
That's not easy to do cold.
DeJesus got the shot up, it didn't go. Delici rebound. Outlets for Perez running the point. 90 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Again, coming up post-game here on RFM. We're live with Coach Kevin Crutchfield coming up. You got to hang with us. He's going to talk to the team. It will be a couple of minutes. We'll get you Kate's stats in between. We'll also preview some upcoming action for you as well. Coach Kevin Crutchfield will join us live courtside here on RFM. Tyson playing catch with Todd. 3 seconds to shoot, down to 1:13 in this one. Perez took the shot. It was off the mark, but it wasn't going to count. Shot clock violation, says official Bill Goslin. 1:10 to play here in the fourth quarter. DeJesus all by himself, and you could just see it in the Rams. They're starting athletes. Their legs looked heavy in the fourth quarter. And now the inexperience is out there on the floor. DeJesus, the only one with serious minutes thus far tonight.
Didn't have the legs in the fourth quarter. Leominster playing fast, and tight all the way through the entire first half of the game. And come the fourth quarter, Shepherd Hill just could not keep up tonight.
Tyson with the three was long on the mark. It ends up out of bounds. It was tipped by a Ram. and Leominster will keep the basketball. 46 and 8/10 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter.
You know, you made a good point, Kate. I don't think Shepherd Hill can keep up with the fast pace, but Blue Devils have the luxury of being able to run people off their bench and not lose that consistency. They really played that in their favor tonight.
Ball out of bounds. It was last touched by Tyson. Shepherd Hill gets the basketball back. An 8-second differential, shot clock to game clock.
Scoring contributions, Bill Thomas, by 7 different Blue Devils on the floor tonight.
DeJesus almost got caught in the jumper. He dropped it off for Lehman, and they'll get it to go. 64-35, 20 seconds to play here in the fourth. Shot clock is off. Leominster can hold it the rest of the way. Perez steps across half court. Defense here from Corrales. Corrales with token pressure and a closely guarded 5-second ball, says referee Bill Goslin. It's a turnover and the ball back to Shepherd Hill. 7.5 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Leominster a little trouble closing that one out. Not able to dribble it out. The drive, the kick back. Corrales the shot, short to the left, and this one is over inside the gym at Leominster High School. The final score, Leominster a winner, 64-35. They led from start to finish, Bill Thomas, and they never looked back. Stubbed their toe a little bit in the third quarter. Didn't hurt them tonight. Could hurt them against better competition down the road.
It could. Once you gain that momentum, you just can't. You got to learn how to put the other team away. But once again, we're watching these kids mature. You know, we've seen these kids kind of come together the last couple of years, 500 team for the most part, but really showing their maturity and finding a way to regain that momentum. Shepherd Hill got it down to under 10 in the middle of the third. I think it was 8 at one time.
It was 8. That's the
all of a
closest
sudden, the Blue Devils found a way to put the hammer down, and before you know it, they went on a 21-3 run, and that was pretty much the story of the game.
64-35 final for Leominster over Shepherd Hill. The Blue Devils improved to 8-1 overall, 3-1 in Mid-Watch A. Shepherd Hill will fall to 2-9, 0-4 in Mid-Watch A, so they're still looking for their first league win of the season. 64-35, Leominster is a winner, and we're not done here on RFM. We are just beginning here. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll bring you back courtside. Kate will have your stats for you. And coming up shortly, head coach Kevin Grudgefield joins us as well to talk about this one in the 2020 season thus far for Leominster High School boys hoops. So all that coming up as we continue. This is RFM. Leominster 64-35 winner over Shepherd Hill. We are still with you here on RFM live from the gym at Leominster High School. An interview with Coach Kevin Crutchfield coming your way next. Kate's post-game stats and a preview of upcoming action for the rest of the regular season here on RFM. We thank you so much for being with us all night long. We've got more exciting coverage coming your way here on Rivalry Family Media. Stay with us. Coach Kevin Crutchfield coming up next. Live coverage continues here on Rivalry Family Media here on Facebook Live. It's facebook.com/Media Rivalry for everything RFM produces here on Facebook. And remember, if you want to come back and see the action over and over again or see some of the other great action we have for you on demand, go to youtube.com, search Rivalry Family Media for all of our great coverage. We'll have more on that coming up. We should have this one up in our coverage available soon enough, but I can see Coach Kevin Crutchfield is literally walking our way, so we will have him coming your way in moments here as we continue with our live coverage here on Rivalry Family Media. Coach Kevin Crutchfield coming by our broadcast position here, and we look forward to getting a chance to talk to him here. We'll have Kate's post-game stats coming up in a moment as well.
Hi, Coach.
And for the first time in 2019, we welcome Leominster head coach Kevin Crutchfield to our courtside broadcast position here on RFM. Coach, good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
You guys have been out to a great start. Added another one here tonight as well. Talk to me about the way this season's gone thus far.
It's been a really fun season. We have a great group. They love playing this kind of basketball. They love to run and gun, as you guys saw tonight, and they love our pressure defense. So it's been a blast. We were very inconsistent tonight. We have played better than this. We had a rough third quarter.
Yes.
But then you guys saw the fourth quarter, what we can do when we're confident and we get out on the break.
Big difference, I felt like, and I kept hammering away at this from last year to this year, as far as the maturity went, is the being able to go at a faster speed while still being under control.
Yeah, it's and it's a struggle. We have had games where we turn the ball over too much, but you see with Trayvon and with JP, they're really special and they're fast, and sometimes they get into trouble with too many dribbles and bad decisions, but we're getting great contributions from the younger kids, and Liam Conquer has been stepped up big time, so huge game Tuesday night at Westboro. They're a really good team. That's a statement game for us.
Let's talk about your post presence a little bit, because we commented it's one of the first times maybe that you've had more than one player size-wise that can play in the post. You mentioned Conacher, you mentioned Lucky as well, who came in off the bench. You've got a number of players that can go in among the trees and be competitive.
Yeah, absolutely. And Brian Perez is another kid. He's struggling with his confidence. But when he's in the post, he can do some damage. Aiden Lucky he's coming along for us. He's going to give us big contributions down the stretch. And all our guys can kind of like Derek Thomas can post up when we need him to. And he can play point guard. So a lot of guys can play a lot of different positions.
As you kind of look at what happened in the offseason, and there's been some redevelopment of your coaching staff, which to me is something that really stands out. You added Justin Dutta. You also added we'll just say legendary.
Yep.
50-year coach John Cordio
Yeah.
to the fray as well. I don't know what you had to say to him, but he
He looks good in blue.
Sure seems awfully happy being in blue.
Yeah, he's really having a great time. I've known him my whole life. He was my dad's assistant for over 35 years. He knows. I mean, he's forgotten more than I'll ever know. And all I did was call him up, and it took about 3 seconds, and he said, "Okay, when do you need me there?"
Fabulous.
He's a great calming force. He's like our Yoda figure, the wise man. And Dada is great. He brings a ton of energy. He's a great skill and development guy. So we have this staff that's and Rich Barnaby is our freshman coach, which is great having him work with the younger kids. And Carlos is back as our JV coach. So I'm rejuvenated because of this great staff that we have.
When you think about the different pieces that come together to of course create this program, you're right. It does feel calmer, poised, control. I've searched for a number of words, and all of them were accurate in what we're seeing in this team. And turnaround that, as Kate said earlier tonight, it seems like we haven't seen each other in 5 years.
Yeah.
It's been one off season.
Yeah. We lose Javinsky, who he scored a lot of points for us, and Hanier and a couple other guys. And people thought maybe it was a rebuilding situation, but I knew we were this athletic, and I knew that we could score and we could defend. So I knew we were going to do some damage. And and the league is a little bit down than it usually is. I mean, Shrewsbury's got the 6'8" kid who, so they're the force to reckon with. Wachusett's always good, but we're right there with those guys, and it's fun. It's fun to come to practice every day. It's fun to compete at that level.
One of the things that I found most impressive, especially because we've been coming in here kind of midway through the season and just we've been watching your record as we've been wanting to come and do games, but obviously we had Todd's health to put first. But one of the things that was such a treat, we came in here and we're just like how multidimensional this team is. Like you said, the ability to score, the physicality with being able to maintain their composure, obvious maturation, but everybody on the court, but the stifling defense.
Yeah.
To be able to work both ends of the court, keep their composure, no one getting into foul trouble.
Right.
Absolutely stunning to see the maturation process. We talk about, obviously, the coaching staff, and you mentioned that. That's obvious. Obviously, the student athletes getting older and their physicality becoming, the change from freshman year to senior year and junior year for these young men is obvious. You can just tell watching the 4 o'clock game versus the 7 o'clock game, the difference.
Right.
But what is the off season like? How integral is that to the preparation and the planning? Like you said, most people thought this might be a rebuilding year, but now all of a sudden that you're midway through the season, you guys really are hopefully not peaking and in the catbird seat for the playoffs right now in Central Mass. But that off season and those early building years and the chemistry, can you talk to us a little bit about those items?
Yeah, and the game has changed as far as building programs go, and it's really a year-round process.
Yeah.
So we play in Westford Academy's summer league. I have 2 JV teams. I have a varsity team. And then we have the fall league in Westford. Those have been instrumental in getting us to where we are now. If we didn't have that kind of month after month, these kids they're working on the game on their own time, and they're also playing AAU, but to have them, playing together that many games, I mean, it's like getting the reps, and
the court awareness alone.
Yeah, and we're playing against good teams in that league. There's a lot of Eastern Mass powerhouse teams. So, you're playing against good competition. Your skills are getting better, and your shooting's getting better, and you're getting stronger. And so it should be to compete in Midwatch A against these programs. Everybody is playing AAU. Everybody is doing summer leagues and fall leagues. So, we're starting to catch up.
We're gobsmacked. Todd and I both kept looking at each other. We're like, holy cow. Just just phenomenal improvement since last year for a lot of the returners, and just being able to have such a deep bench, having 3 people a night essentially, getting double figures every single night, just a phenomenal improvement. And we're so excited just to see the season.
Yeah,
I've literally just been buzzing all night. This is great.
Kate raised the point about the defense, and of course the ease with which you kind of slipped back and forth. You came out in a real strong man-to-man situation early on in the first half, and then all of a sudden in the second half kind of fell into more of an aggressive 2-3 zone, a la Syracuse, which Kate loves every time I mention it. But that you just that ability to slide back and forth with those defenses and then add some full court pressure as well, seamless.
Yeah. And another great advantage of having Coach Cordio is, my dad did that 2-2-1 press for years and years and years, and he sort of is bringing it to us. And we fall back into the Jim Boeheim. I've studied the film. That's what we're trying to do. Yep. We need to work on it. Obviously, we don't get our hands up. We're not moving our feet, but so we get our press back to our zone, and then our full court man. And I want it to seamlessly move together, so teams are really struggling. Tonight, you saw we had some success with.
As you're watching those ESPN videos, you'll ad nauseum see them talk about throwing the ball to logo to beat that 2-3 zone. Good news, you don't have any logos. So there's nowhere for them to throw the ball to.
Exactly.
I mean, they can't beat it.
Every game that we watch Syracuse, Todd is an alum, and every game ad nauseum in the first quarter, that's all we hear about. How do you beat that 2-3 zone? Well, you throw it to the logo.
Yep. Logo,
constant.
and more logo. Coach, great start to the year. A lot of fun here tonight, a 64-35 win. We'll have more with Coach Kevin Grudgefield coming up in the weeks to come. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time out of Shrewsbury.
Excellent.
Should be a lot of fun. Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
More to come. Post-game continues here on RFM. Backcourt side here as we continue with our live coverage here on Rivalry Family Media. Leominster a winner tonight, 64-35, as you see on your screen. So we're very happy. Leominster head coach Kevin Crutchfield. Some things to build on for sure, Bill Thomas, but the future of this season looks bright.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, I have to say the score is not indicative of the game we saw, the totality of the game. Shepherd Hill made a game of it midway through the third, and to tell me that Leominster was going to win by close to 30 at that point in the game, I would have bet you dimes to dollars that wasn't going to happen. But we saw the momentum shift. Blue Devils kept the pressure on, and they finished the game the way they started, which was good to see. They held Shepherd Hill back. They grabbed that momentum back from them because Shepherd Hill was poised. You know, one more basket would have been down to 5, a two-possession game, but found a way. But I think foul shots were the key to Blue Devils. I haven't seen the stats, but I'm guessing that the foul shots foul shots made favored Blue Devils and greatly contributed to the margin of victory.
In particular, because they weren't scoring well from the field. Those foul shots so important in that third quarter.
The third, right.
To at least maintain some form of that margin that they had.
Because they had one basket 3/4 of the way through the third quarter there, and Shepherd Hill cut it down to 8, you know, since the opening quarter, the closest the score was. But Blue Devils did a good job of regaining their composure. But once again, foul shots were key. You know, if you're not scoring, but you're getting hacked, but you're not making them at the line. The freebies, you know, that just kind of snowballs. But they found a way to stem the tide, get that momentum back, and I think they did it at the foul line.
Indeed, they did. 64-35, Leominster winner. Kate brings you the final stats here courtside.
Get ready for some impressive numbers. Let's first take a look at Leominster's side of the ball. Team totals first, as always. As a team, of course, 64 points. They shot 16 of 22 from the free throw line. That's 73% from the free throw line, or the Blue Devils. 42 rebounds on the night, 8 steals, only 15 turnovers. They shot 21 of 44, or 48% from the field. A very impressive team victory. Now let's take a look at individual notable statistics for the Blue Devils. Paulino ends the night with 11. LeBlanc ends the night with 24. But just as impressive, 10 of 12 from the free throw line for LeBlanc. Conacher ends the night with 15. Perez ends the night with 3. Lucky ends the night with 6. Tyson with 3. And Dada with 2 on the night for the Blue Devils. Now let's take a look at the Shepherd Hill Rams. Team totals first, 35 total points. That's a 29-point deficit to end this game. As a team, they shot 3 of 7 from the free throw line. That's 43%. From there, 24 rebounds, 6 steals, 22 turnovers on the night. As a team, they shot 15 of 42 from the field. That's 36%. And were 2 of 6 from 3. That's 33%. Individual notable statistics for the Shepherd Hill Rams. Zaleski ends the night with 4. Brooks ends the night with 10. Their lone double-digit score on the night for the Rams, as compared to Leominster's 3 double-digit scorers on the night. Lehman ends the night with 2. Fasolo ends the night with 4. Hackett with 3. Karamanakis, who fouled out in the fourth quarter, ends the night with 6 points. And Brooks ends the night with 6 points as well. And yet again, 64-35 victory for Leominster. That puts them at 8-1 on the season. A pretty impressive first half of the season for the Blue Devils in the early going.
Turnovers certainly show the numbers as well, Bill Thomas. Shepherd will just turn the basketball over too much, and particularly when Leominster was giving them the opportunities in that third quarter, you got to take advantage of every time you get the basketball.
Yeah, and I think the coach showed some frustration there on that third, fourth, fifth chance put back, and he got teed up, and that might have done something to the momentum there. He was looking to build off of that, and I think he got a little carried away over there and got put in his place, and I think he might have taken it away from his team at that point. It's really slowed the game down on Shepherd Hill side. But once again, I'm going to revert back to the aggressiveness of the Blue Devils, the extra pass, the bounce passes that we saw tonight. You know, I know we don't keep track of those types of stats, but that's impressive when you see bounce pass after bounce pass, and then you look for the cutter, and then that leads to foul shots, and they were converting them. So overall, I just think a well-played game, a well-executed game plan to pound the ball inside, and that shows on the scoreboard.
He alluded to the game at at Westboro next Tuesday being, of course, a game that he feels like is a statement game. If that Chusick game wouldn't have been a statement game, the Westboro game, he certainly says, and then back on the road against South, and then at Shrewsbury, which is the next time we'll see them on the road. We take RFM to Shrewsbury's Fieldhouse Tuesday, January 28th for that one. 3 straight road games for Leominster. Westboro, South, and then Shrewsbury.
What I consider very interesting from a coaching psychology standpoint. In the last few years that we've had Coach Kevin Crutchfield here having conversations with us, I don't think that I've ever heard him prepared to talk about the next opponent so quickly. In a lot of cases, because there's been so much room for improvement, the dissection of the game at hand has kind of been all-encompassing and trying to figure out, okay, what are the pieces? How do we make things work? We got to play better as a team. We got to play cleaner as a team. The difference already that I can see is okay, what comes next? Okay, we got some things that we have to tweak, but that's a well-oiled machine. In a coach's brain, if you're already able to say, okay, we got a couple of things to do, but we're ready for the next one, and we've got that next opponent, and you haven't even gone home yet, that means that you're fine-tuning. That means that you're not having to go and do foundational things with your players. That really shows, to me, from a coaching psychology standpoint, that they're fine-tuning, and he must be pretty happy physically, from a standpoint, from an implementation standpoint, from a game plan standpoint. I would be watching out for Leominster. As long as they don't peak too early or have injuries, I'm really excited to see what these gentlemen can do all season long.
I agree, and he was smiling here, which is a great thing
Certainly.
to see. And
he mentioned being reinvigorated.
sporadic. That's sporadic with him.
But still, and I saw him at halftime, and you would have thought that he was in the middle of an 8-game losing streak, not 7-1, the way he's out here coaching his players up while they're at the halftime shoot-around. But I think that it just the team is playing more relaxed. Like you said, Kate, he's already not worried, but thinking about the next game, because he's not coming out and saying, well, we got to get back to basics. We got to work on this. We got to work on that. They got that core. Now they got to refine it. And this 8-1 start is showing that refinability is there.
Yeah.
They just got to keep honing it.
I think the psychological battle is going to be very interesting for them because you don't want hubris to set in. These are still student athletes at the high school level. So that could be, that's got to be something. So from a psychology standpoint, you're never off your guard as a coach, particularly with high school athletes.
You always want to get
because,
better.
oh my goodness, you have no idea what you're getting into at some points. And it's a roller coaster, and basketball is a very long season. But like you said, from a foundational, from a physicality, from a game plan implementation, I'm thrilled with what I'm seeing, and I think we're in fine-tune mode.
And it helps when you got some athletes that can put your plan in play, too.
And some coaches that he
Coaches
mentioned
that
as well,
right.
getting that changing coaching staff, feeling rejuvenated, wanting to come to work every day and really, work as a team. And, Coach John Cordio, now part of that assistant coaching staff, who he talked about, of course, was a 30-plus year assistant with his dad, Doug Crutchfield, over in Fitchburg, the Fitchburg coaching legend. And then, of course, has been with some other programs along the way in his 50-year career. And Coach Cordio said to us on the way in, as we talked about, him being here, I started my career with the Crutchfield. I will end my career with the Crutchfield. That is a really cool full-circle story.
Yeah, and the coach talked about the calming effect he seems to have. And sometimes you just need that voice in the room, and
calming
to bring that little extra that maybe you just don't know how to get out. You could be a great coach, but not every great coach has all the aspects that he needs himself to bring out that greatness. And just that little extra, the calming effect, the experience, and just the knowledge and the friendship that they have, too, going back as long as they have.
Not always you get to coach with somebody that knew you when you were in utero.
Right.
Well,
they might have coached you, and now he's helping you.
You've got it.
So
Indeed.
it's a great full circle story.
64-35. Leominster winner over Shepherd Hill. Leominster improves their record to 8-1, 3-1 in Midwatch A. Through this point in the season, the Rams fall with the loss to 2-9, 0-4 in Midwatch A. So a tough start for Shepherd Hill as well. For us, coming up here on RFM, great start to our first broadcast of 2020, and so happy to have you with us throughout the night. Next broadcast, as we mentioned, here on RFM is on the road 2 weeks from now. We take a hiatus next week during the holiday week, and then we're right back with you on Tuesday night, January the 28th, at Shrewsbury. That's a 7 o'clock tip-off out there at the Fieldhouse at Shrewsbury High School. We're looking forward to having that one for you here on RFM. Again, remember, it's Facebook Live, facebook.com/Media Rivalry, at Media Rivalry on Twitter. And for all the games on demand anytime, we got them for you on YouTube. Search up Rivalry Family Media. That's all the ways you can participate and be a part of the action here on RFM. For Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins, I'm Todd Robbins, thanking you so very much for being a part of this coverage here on RFM. We thank you so much for being a part of our family, and we look forward to being with you in 2 weeks' time for Leominster on the road at Shrewsbury. We look forward to seeing the girls in a couple of weeks as well as they play host to Fitchburg and then Neshoba back-to-back. So all that coming up here on Rivalry Family Media. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. For Bill, Kate, I'm Todd. Until next week, so long, everybody.